Hey guys, welcome back to Ivy Rose Knows. Y'all, don't mind me. I don't know what's wrong with my lips today. I was hanging out with my kids last night and we ate a bag of sunflower seeds, and apparently that should come with age limits because when you hit a certain age, it hurts your lips. And so my lips were so dehydrated and just they are so sore today just because I was eating them with the kids and we were just playing around and eating a bunch of them. And okay, so Ivory wasn't outside the backyard like spit rocketing him with the kids, but whatever. Anyway, you look at it, we were having fun with some sunflower seeds, but because I was eating them, I loved them as a kid. Y'all, my lips hurt. They're like cracked, dehydrated. I've been moisturizing all day. They're like swollen, which I don't really mind because, well, let's be real. Ivory really doesn't have lips. And so anything that'll give me lips, I can't complain. However, they're freaking painful. And I feel like even my tongue hurts. Like it's just wild. So don't mind me if it looks like I'm talking funny. It's because my tongue and my lips are trying to, get back some moisture from all the salt that I was sucking off these sunflower seeds yesterday. So there's that. But this, guys, hold on, let me grab my phone. This is a video response to Crystal 1. All right. Her comment was, and again, it was to my Gypsy Gains Another Victim video. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and go watch it. But she made this comment and I saw it and I kind of wanted to respond to it. She said she doesn't care. Meaning Gypsy. Gypsy doesn't care what kind of attention it is, be it negative or positive. She just wants to be under the spotlight. Right, wrong, or indifferent, she simply doesn't care. And Crystal, you know what? You are absolutely right. And I think we've been seeing a whole lot more of that lately. She doesn't care. She doesn't feel shame in anything she does. She doesn't feel remorse in anything she does. This goes back to who Gypsy was before she was life after lockup and, I murdered my mommy, now I'm a star, right? So this goes back to even back then when she was being sexual with men on video, you know what I mean? And having these videos and these interactions with these men. And we saw the FOIA reports. We saw the police reports about all of these videos. She did some things that were just absolutely wild, like laying in the bathtub with food and, like all of these just things that we would all kind of feel shameful about, right? The woman doesn't care. As long as her name is out there and as long as people are giving her attention, she doesn't care if you think that she should be remorseful or shameful or she's never going to feel those feelings. She is completely incapable of feeling those, in my opinion. She just wants to be known. Gypsy, I feel like even since she's a kid, all eyes need to be on me. You know what I mean? She always has that. Again, she's sitting there making Ken look like a fool, making Ryan look like a fool, crying on TikToks and, you know what I mean? Putting out all of these just thirst trap kind of like TikTok videos and wiggling her ass and doing all the things just because look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm Gypsy Rose. I need the attention. I thrive off attention. Look at her book. You mean to tell me she wrote that book and didn't know she was going to get that kind of feedback from it? Since it was nothing but a smut sexual, like just grotesqueness. That was not a memoir. She wrote that book knowing damn well she was going to get that kind of feedback, that she was going to upset people. She didn't care if she looked like a slut. She didn't care if she looked like an animal or a murderer or anything, just as long as her name was out there and she gave shock value. Shock value, come look at me. Here it is. What do y'all got to say? Keep looking this way. That is Gypsy Rose. So no, Gypsy Rose doesn't care. Now, and I mentioned this in my live yesterday, and I know when I posted my TikTok live, it's very long, so I'm going to kind of pinpoint this when I said it. Do you all remember when Paris Hilton and that whole seatbelt thing with her child came about and all the public attention it got? And the woman felt bad. Like she was like, I made a mistake. I apologize. I've educated myself. And she came back with that response, right? I gave myself education on how to use the car seat. correctly. I didn't realize, very apologetic, very, you know what I mean, like accountable. I'm going to educate myself. It's my baby's safety, the whole bit. Isn't it funny how Gypsy Rose went and did the same thing? How many times are we going to correct Gypsy Rose on making sure that her baby is safely buckled into the car? Do I think she did that on purpose because Paris Hilton did it and maybe she'd get the same attention? I absolutely believe that she did that on purpose. It wasn't just one time that she buckled that baby in incorrectly. It was more than once. But the first time she did it, she got all of the attention from it, right? People were coming at her. You don't care about your baby. I'm calling CPS, this, that, the other thing. They were upset and they were concerned for the safety of her child. Well, she didn't see that. She saw, look, I got views. Look at me. They're looking. They're looking at me. They're saying my name. They're doing all of the things. And so she did it again. Gypsy will do anything and everything for the attention of it. She wants people to look at her. She wants people to look at her in a sexual way. Let's be real. She thrives off of that. But again, you're absolutely correct, Crystal, and I completely agree with you. Gypsy doesn't care if the attention she gets is because should be ashamed of herself. If she's a bad mother, she doesn't care what kind of attention she gets as long as her name is being said, as long as all eyes are on her. Again, this is the same woman who sent nasty, sexualized pictures to her father on Facebook. And that wasn't an accident, guys. That wasn't an accident, in my opinion. She absolutely did that on purpose. So I'm just saying, there's that. If you guys like this response, please do me a favor. Give this video a thumbs up. Thank you all for the comments. I'm going to be working today and doing multiple video responses just because I appreciate your comments, and some of them are really great. Crystal, thank you so much for this comment. I really do appreciate you. Guys, if you're watching my videos, please don't forget to give a thumbs up. So many of you are watching. You guys are forgetting to hit that thumbs up. I know we can get lost in watching the video, but it does help my channel to grow further when you do just take the second to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And again, guys, if you know somebody who's going to be interested in this content, share it out there. Let's get this community growing. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you later. And Crystal, thank you so much.